Before we start, I think we're going to show a QR code. I don't know if it's going to show up right now. So we're going to do something fun at the end of this. I don't know if it's going to work because we're going to go do it in real time. But if you have a question, look at the QR code. You're going to submit a question. So this is a very, very special Computex for us because this is the year, 2025 is the year that Qualcomm is turning 40. Qualcomm is a company starting in 1985. I actually got to join Qualcomm in 1995. It's about 30 years for me. But we're a relatively young company, but this is the year that we're turning 40. And it's a great journey for us. It's a journey of constantly reinventing ourselves. I'm sure the ones that know about Qualcomm about 40 years ago and where we are right now is a very different company. And we continue to go to the change. 40 years of innovation, multiple technology transitions, but we are a company really committed to build innovation-leading platforms, connectivity, computing, and now leading AI, I think, for the age of intelligence. And I'm happy to look at those 40 years and say it's a new Qualcomm right now, especially what we're doing in computing. It's very special to be here in Taipei at Computex to talk about computing. And I think that's one of the best proof points we have about the new Qualcomm. So here's what we're going to do today. This is going to feel a little bit different. We're not going to be focusing on chip announcements, but we have been a very, very big believer in the change that AI is going to bring to the devices at the edge. So look, a year has passed since we're here at Computex and we announced Snapdragon X series, Snapdragon X Elite. And there has been a number of incredible devices and momentum, new type of devices with performance, with battery life. But the exciting thing is what's going to happen with AI. And that's what we're going to do in the show today. We're going to talk about how AI is going to fundamentally change how we think about those devices. And of course, Snapdragon is going to be the heart of those new AI PCs. They're going to be powering computers for the age of the AI. And I remember when we launched X Elite. It was a very impactful launch. There was a lot of conversations about performance. We did restore performance leadership back to the Windows ecosystem. There was a lot of excitement about PC in terms of not only the CPU performance, but also AI. And we have been busy this entire year. And what I'd like to do is just kind of show you what has been in this year and remind you what we have done about a year ago. I want you to take a look at this video. Just on the first wave, 22 Copilot Plus PCs powered by Snapdragon X Elite and Snapdragon X Plus.
Yeah, still got it, still got it. Ambition for the journey, and I still got it. Put a fire on the dream, and I still got it. Blaze trails for the team, and I still got it. Still got it.
The new Snapdragon X Elite processor is just on another level.
The Snapdragon X Elite was able to beat literally everything we put it up against.
What left me speechless is the simply sensational battery life.
This is literally a game changer.
Came in the way that I'm leaving, came in the way of the people. B-I-G-I, stampede away from an equal.
Windows laptops are amazing again.
You don't have to depend on a developer to make your app run on this thing natively. Like, it just works.
Still got it, still got it. Ambition for the journey, and I still got it. Put a fire on the dream, and I still got it. Blaze trails for the team, and I still got it. Still got it.
The Snapdragon X chip is the real deal when it comes to efficiency.
Out of all these laptops, the Surface laptop with the X Plus chip lasted the longest.
You've got to get yourself one of these.
So we're really excited, I think, with this first year. It was the first step on our journey. We're going to be in the PC market forever. And I think we're, very excited. Our partners are very excited. We're making, with the PC, really exciting again about all of the conversations about new experiences, and we could not do it without partnerships. I think that's actually, at the end of the day, it's the story of Qualcomm. It's all about partnerships. We could have not done it without great partnerships. And this is a partnership that we started with Microsoft when there was desire to try to restore the performance and innovation leadership to the Windows ecosystem. And that's how Qualcomm and Snapdragon got into this picture. And some of the things we've done today is just the beginning of a long journey we also have with Microsoft. For example, recently Microsoft launched some new models, the Microsoft 5 models, which are now all optimized and running on Snapdragon NPU. And we are, together with Microsoft, deploying those devices in thousands of organizations. So rather than you hearing about that from me, I want you to hear from Satya how we have been in this journey with them. Please play the video.
Thanks so much, Cristiano. It's great to join you at Computex. Microsoft and Qualcomm have a long history of partnership and innovation. And over the past year, we have delivered an entirely new class of Windows PCs built for AI. Copilot+ PCs are transforming productivity and creativity across work and life. AI experiences running on these devices like Recall, Windows Search, Click to Do are helping people get more done every day. And Copilot+ PCs with Snapdragon Silicon are some of the fastest, most power-efficient Windows PCs available. It's been great to see the response to them so far, with thousands of organizations purchasing them and using these devices. And the Snapdragon AI stack is powering some of our most advanced innovations too, including the first deployment of our on-device SLM Phi Silica. And just this month, we announced our new Surface laptop with Surface Pro, both powered by Snapdragon Silicon. Of course, this is only the start, and I look forward to everything we will deliver together for our customers in this AI era. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, Satya, to the Microsoft organization for this partnership. We're very grateful for it, and we're both driving the industry to a transition to a new platform. I have some updates for you. We made a lot of progress in 1 year, a lot of progress. 3 times the number of applications that are native on Snapdragon since the launch, 750 native applications today, and many of those applications working at great performance with the emulator. 93% of the users' time using those devices are now on native experiences. And there's over 50, and I'll talk later in this presentation, I'll talk about numbers of AI applications, but now over 50 NPU-powered features and applications. And the most important thing, the top 200 global apps now available on Snapdragon. So we're very excited about this progress in 1 year. We're on this journey, and the future is looking very, very bright. One of the conversations that we had when we talk about applications, of course, a lot of people have been asking about it, and I remember some of the early reviews about games. So we also spend a lot of time in this year since we announced on games. We have now 1,400 games that are now running and optimized on Snapdragon, and we're working with all the top global game studios. And I actually want you to see a live game playing experience on Snapdragon X Elite, which you'll be able to see. This is a video of somebody playing Kingdom Come Deliverance running on Snapdragon X Elite. You'll be able to see the actual gameplay. This is a multi-million unit selling AAA game that a lot of gamers like, and it's actually a contender for the Game of the Year, and it does look amazing on Snapdragon. So we have been busy, and we'll continue to be busy working with Microsoft, working with all the application providers, the ISV, and the gaming titles to bring great experience for you. And of course, I have an announcement. Fortnite is going to be coming to Snapdragon as well. and it's going to be a great gaming experience on Snapdragon X Elite running on Adreno GPU. We're also working with Epic Games to bring easy anti-cheat to Windows on Snapdragon. That's going to unlock a lot of new gaming experience. You're going to see this year Fortnite running with great performance, and we're incredibly excited. As a matter of fact, I want to tell you a story. I was last week, I was in the Middle East, and we had some great announcements that we did in Riyadh, in Saudi Arabia, as well in Abu Dhabi. And when I was in Riyadh, we had a big line, I think, to meet, I think, the leadership and the president. And I was in line with Tim Sweeney. So we spent a lot of time, me and T. Sweeney, talking about the progress to date, and there's a lot more to come. So very excited about the Qualcomm-Epic relationship and the great things you can do. And in Windows, there is no drama with Epic. It's a great place for you to be using Epic content. Very, very happy about the progress. No other processor has such an impact so quickly in a short period of time. And we have seen incredible platforms with great performance, multi-day battery life, and that is result of not only what we do, but the collaboration with great device makers. And those device makers have really embraced the power of Snapdragon X Elite, the power of making devices that are very different, including the performance, the battery life, the AI. And I'm very fortunate to have many of those partners with us here today. And I would like to welcome to stage a very important partner of Qualcomm. Please welcome SY from ASUS. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Cristiano. Hello, everyone. It's great to be back with Qualcomm. Over the past year, it's been exciting to witness the momentum we have built with Snapdragon. Qualcomm is a true innovator, and your cutting-edge work consistently inspires us. Our partnership shares a vision of pushing the boundaries of personal computing and delivering incredible experiences. The introduction of the Snapdragon X series is a pivotal moment for the AI PC industry. We are at the start of a new era in computing, where AI is not just a feature, but the foundation of the user experience. That's why we are so aligned with the Snapdragon X series platforms. These processors are not just powerful. They are engineered from the ground up for the AI PC. We are thrilled to bring Snapdragon X processors to our lineup, including the world's lightest 14-inch Copilot Plus PC, the ASUS ZenBook A14. This all-new ZenBook shows what's possible when leading-edge hardware meets user-centric design, a core tenet of ASUS design thinking. We are talking multi-day battery life, up to 32 hours on a single charge. Users will experience blazing fast processing with no performance loss when unplugged. This means true mobility without compromise. The chassis features our patented Ceralumina, offering exceptional lightness, durability, and a smudge-free, ceramic-like feel that's anti-wear and anti-scratch. All this combined with seamless cross-device connectivity within the Snapdragon ecosystem delivers the best Copilot Plus PC experience available. We have already received numerous design awards and incredible user feedback. We cannot wait for everyone to experience it for themselves. At ASUS, our vision is to put AI in reach of everyone, everywhere. That's why we were the first to bring Copilot Plus PCs to a mainstream price point with our VivoBook 14 and 16. ASUS now offers the most comprehensive lineup of Snapdragon-powered laptops. Our collaboration on Snapdragon exemplifies the power of Qualcomm and ASUS innovation. We are shaping the future of personal computing, bringing powerful, efficient, and intelligent devices that empower users in this new AI era. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, that's why. Thank you, really appreciate it. Really grateful for our partnership with ASUS and excited about the work we're doing together, and that's really just the beginning. And when we talk about, being busy this year, we're very happy with the traction so far. We have now 85 plus designs that are launched or in development with Snapdragon X series. And now we have line of sight to have about 100 designs in the hands of people as we get to next year. So really excited about the traction. And like we said, it's just the beginning. In the last earnings call, we talked about some metrics. As new players entered the PC market, sometimes it took 7 to 9 years to get to about 10% share. And we're very happy. We just, last quarter, we said as we launch in about US retail and the top 5 European markets, we're about 9%. So we're on this journey, but it is exciting actually to see the devices. And if you have a great platform, you can build great devices. And with that, there's some devices that are actually being announced at Computex. At this show, you see both the Acer and the HP. They're being launched at this event. Also, within the few days past, you saw the Surface laptop from Microsoft, the Samsung. We're very excited, and what's important, across all of those different devices, there is uncompromised AI experience. You may have different levels of performance, but uncompromised AI experience, and that's part of the main message I have for you at Computex as we get going to the second half of my presentation. What can we do with AI? We're excited about also the response we're getting from retail on Snapdragon X products, the great products from our OEM partners. They're seeing store traffic, customer excitement, curiosity about AI PCs, and now we have changed the conversation. Performance and multi-day battery life is now table stakes for any PC buying experience. And the whole story, it's about preparing the market for what we believe is a big shift in personal computing. It's going to be true of many devices. It's going to be true on phones. It's going to be true on cars, but especially on a personal computing, the next generation AI PC. So yes, we will make table stakes performance and multi-day battery life. But the key thing will be what is going to be the breakthrough AI experience. And for that, you need high performance processing and efficiency, which is Snapdragon DNA. And that it's all about what we're going to see in the AI era. We are at an interesting stage in the industry. We spend a lot of time within the past few years and still doing it. It's incredible what's happening on the data center, especially with training. And there's a lot of activity to create AI. But now we are at this point that AI is getting ready for production. It's getting ready to be deployed. And it's going to be deployed at scale. And it will take advantage of a lot of the computing devices that we have at the edge. And as a result, we're going to see the transition of new use cases and experiences, and that is actually going to influence the device itself. And what we're doing as a company is to make sure we can bring AI inference everywhere, to every single device. Another interesting comment, and you will see that as you look of some of what our partners are doing, experience across devices is also going to become more relevant, especially as AI is going to change how we interface with those machines, and context about us become very important, especially as we move from one device to the other. And the goal really is to revolutionize what we're going to do with creativity and with productivity. And that is the transformation that we all look for. Of course, you know, from our perspective, we'll love to see a significant AI-driven upgrade cycle, but the reality is the most exciting part about people buying new devices is how that's going to fundamentally change how we become productive, how we become creative, how we're entertained. And to make this a reality, it's about bringing an entire ecosystem together. And as an ecosystem about the semiconductor, is an ecosystem of great devices, is an ecosystem of application providers and new experiences. Speaking about commitment to the ecosystem, speaking about having the same shared vision of change is this great partnership we have been developing with HP. Qualcomm and HP has been actually working together for more than 2 decades. And what I like about this partnership is both companies are going to the same exactly story, which is reaching into whole new markets in new device categories. That's what we're doing, that's what HP is doing. And they have actually the same vision that we have when we think about building great devices for AI and taking that experience, you know, across everything that we use around us for computing in the age of AI. I would like to welcome to the stage Alex Cho, President of Personal Systems from HP, to share all of this with you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. It's really great to have you with us today, Alex. And we have come really a long way. I remember when we started this about a year ago and where we are right now with AI. Can you share with all of us how HP has been innovating and what you actually starting to hear from your customers?
Sure. A year goes by fast, especially in the world of AI. Well, we've been very busy making AI tangible and real. That's really been our focus, make it tangible and real for people. And so that's why we've started by making it very much meaningful for how people work. And we've worked very well together around all those ISV applications. And I think the key word has been use cases. Not just speeds and feeds, but how do people work differently? And so we've made this very real for people, product managers, sales reps, financial analysts, and bringing the power of AI locally. Secondly, we've been very busy making it mainstream. It's not just one product or two. We've now launched the industry's largest portfolio of Copilot Plus AI PCs. And so we're very excited that we take the breadth of HP's portfolio and can bring that. And then we're bringing HP's differentiation in the world's most secure platform and the highest performance on this platform. So we've been busy, and customers are telling us beyond the speeds and feeds, it's how people can work differently that makes all the difference, and that's why our partnership is especially valuable.
Thank you, and thank you for great work we've been doing on this year. It's a journey. Maybe what I'd like to ask you, can you tell about the opportunity you see to lead the future of work? By the way, the future of work is like people in the office with an AI PC, but can you talk about the future of work and importance of our partnership together when we think about that?
Yeah, and that's what we're really excited about. It's at the end of the day, it's about changing what we believe we can uniquely do, and that is how people work. We call it our future of work strategy because we can bring the entirety of HP's assets. PCs, yes. Printers, absolutely. Rooms, of course. All of the peripherals we have and services, and we can use them together to change how people work. And so for that, our expanding partnership is so important because it's not just about that great Copilot Plus PC, but it's how we're working together across the entirety of the portfolio to bring AI so that these devices work better together. And I'm very excited about that because workers don't just need products, they need it all to work seamlessly together. So that's a great opportunity for us together.
Look, I think that's our superpower. It's really the ability to be focused on the experience and actually make that work across devices. I think that's what we bring to the table, especially devices are changing. We're going to have AI in multiple devices, and at the end of the day, we're going to make that all part of what we do every day. As I shared earlier, you are coming here to Computex, but you're not empty-handed today. No. Can you tell us about what you are announcing today?
Sure. We're very excited today to announce our OmniBook 5, powered by Snapdragon. That's X Plus. By the way, the reason why we're so excited about this, Cristiano, is because it's part of our vision of not just delivering AI in a meaningful way, but to the mainstream. And I actually remember when we had dinner together, that place, the steakhouse in the Bay Area, and we said our opportunity is to be disruptive. Not just to introduce products, we do that every year, we do a lot of that. We're here about being disruptive. AI that's powerful for the mainstream. It's the thinnest 16-inch notebook out there for the mainstream. It's the longest battery life out there in a consumer device for the mainstream. And by the way, it's bringing beautiful OLED to the mainstream. So we're not just bringing AI, but we're bringing AI to the mainstream together, and so that's why we're very excited, and thank you so much for the partnership.
No, and I love it. It's uncompromised AI, regardless of what you are, and we're going to make sure that's in the hands of everyone. Thank you so much. I really appreciate Alex. Thank you for the trust. Thank you for the partnership, and we're building great things together. Thank you. We're really incredibly excited about this partnership with HP, and we're actually looking forward to driving a lot of innovation, delivering industry-leading solutions, as Alex outlined, that will shape the future of computing. Now, what I really want to talk to you today, as we get to this part of the presentation, is how AI is going to change our experience. And we have been talking, I think when we were here at Computex about a year ago, we talked about that from a consumer standpoint. And we kind of try to give you a view of how consumers are going to interact with those devices. What we're going to do this time is to focus on commercial and enterprise. Because one of the things that are becoming more clear now is as you build AI into those devices, the AI becomes a new UI because the computers now understand human language. And that it's how we're going to evolve OSs, how we're going to evolve the applications. Eventually, we're going to change our mindset and our view about what's an OS is. Maybe an OS is like a marketplace for agents. But the AI really will become the OS for productivity, and it's going to evolve with AI agents. And now that it's becoming a lot more clear. And as I said in the beginning of the keynote, this is why performance, multi-day better life is incredible. But what's really incredible, and our main motivation to get into this market, is the change that is going to happen with AI. So I have a slide for you, and I think my job is to try to explain the slide. But this is how you should imagine how the device and OS and applications are going to change. And we're going to give you some examples of that. But in one way, it's going to be your input, right? It's going to be your voice, audio, it's going to be vision. Remember, a large visual model understands the pixels on the screen, understand images from photographs, understand image from documents. It's going to be your text, your touch. That's your input. And in case, when we talk about multi-device, it's going to be your surroundings. That's the physical world and your input. Then you're going to have your context. Your digital footprint is the information about you. And it could range from your calendar, your location, your files, your contacts, many other things. And then, when we talk about enterprise, you're going to have the company systems. You're going to have different functions within the company. And that's how those things are going to work together. With the understanding of your intentions, with understanding of you, because now those agents can understand you, access of your data, and know the job you want to do, it will help you get your tasks done. Now, instead of just making this abstract, I want to walk you to some scenarios to make it that real for you before we bring some like real examples of applications that are being developed with that in mind. So let's explore this. Let's say that you're a product manager and want to generate a smart report on a quarter production outlook. So you'll be able to use an agent that is going to be tuned to your preference and your goals to help you create this plan, working across the enterprise. So those agents will kind of act on your behalf. They will access the company data. They will access device content. For example, you may have a customer meeting and you have an insight from a customer meeting. All of that data, structured and unstructured data, will get combined and you will work, in that case, for example, in an optimal production plan. And this streamlined and iterative process between you and the agents, filtered by AI, will actually help you accomplish your business needs. And this will provide like a comprehensive view and a solution that can be used across the enterprise for the rest of business. Let's just go from this example to somebody else in the company, let's say a sales manager now, preparing for a customer visit. He will have the insights on the customer profile. His AI agent is aware he's on a customer site, will bring the information that he needs. And now with the information that he has in the system about his production ramp-up date, you know exactly how to position the units for the specific customer. As you keep going to those examples, they will kind of adapt to the context of the customer, suggest the best price, highlight the unique value proposition, and it's just going to make it easier for you. And the idea really is to have this agent that is constantly learning and adapted, fully integrated with the enterprise environment. And that's a big change. You know, it's easy to see how this is going to develop. I'm kind of showing the art of what's possible. But this is going to change even how we think about enterprise software, because you have those multiple agents. And especially true when we start thinking about a combination of AI models working with the enterprise data. And like I said, you have, it doesn't matter if your data is structured, if it's unstructured, if it's private. This is not about device and cloud, it's about both. And you'll be able to access that data from anywhere, and then, you know, have the agent work with you. And then let's just finish this example by showing like another persona. You can have, for example, a GM who's measuring now the impact of his team and his efforts for an upcoming business review. And then the AI agent is aware of all of the data and will bring the information to him in a way that is relevant to what he wants to accomplish. And those AI agents are just not data processors. Like, they are going to be how you should think about applications. And they will basically give you choice of what you wanted to do on the cloud or wanted to do on device. It's interesting, as we talk to a lot of enterprises, certain things they wanted to be in the device because of privacy, because of context, and certain things are going to be in the cloud. This is not about cloud or device, it's about both. Think about the smartphone. The smartphone is the most cloud-connected device in the world, and we do a lot of things on the device. That's going to be true for the PC. And this is how we're going to change how we think about some of those experiences. And the interesting thing about this is truly going to increase productivity. It will allow us to do more things and different things. And I'll just finish with a comment. When I was reviewing the slides, I noticed that this persona, which is GM, he's not looking at a computer. Maybe now he has time to dedicate his passion to write a novel when the AI is doing all the work for him. Hopefully not on company time. But I think the reality really is this is going to fundamentally change how we're going to do work. And this is not true for one industry, but this is true for many different industries. And we're starting to see AI really transforming this, how an enterprise's approach work. There's so many different examples. You may not be able to fully understand from just one scenario, but we're starting to see enterprises looking at those devices, those AI PCs, look at the AI engine and thinking, okay, I'm going to have an agent that is specialized on an RFQ. And we know exactly how we do RFQ for different things. If you want to issue an RFQ, there is an agent specialized for an RFQ. There's another one that is responsible for payroll. There's another one that is going to allow you to do survey. And those things are going to be happening alongside some of the applications that we use every day. It's going to change the word of SaaS. It's going to change the word of ISVs. And I think that's the exciting part about this transformation. It's about making the AI PC truly an AI PC. If you have questions, again, this is just another reminder of the QR code. We're going to try to do something fun at the end. And then I want to use this opportunity to talk about another great partnership. This is another partner that shares our vision about what this future looks like. This is a unique partnership because we're collaborating across a number of different devices, not only on PCs, but also smartphones, tablets, watches, earbuds, AR glasses. And I think they will be able to show you how those things really come to life when you look about an entire ecosystem of the AI devices. Please welcome to stage Luca Rossi from Lenovo. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you. So, hello and welcome everyone. It's so great for me to be here at Computex, and I remember we just 1 year ago we stood on this stage and outlined a bold vision of a new era, the rise of AI PCs. That vision is becoming reality. And Lenovo is proud to be leading this momentum in partnership with Qualcomm, with our breakthrough innovation, global scale, relentless focus on delivering smarter AI for all. We believe AI should be accessible to everyone, whether you are a student, a creator, a business leader, or a first-time PC user. AI should adapt to your needs. It should make every experience more intuitive, more responsible, more meaningful. And thanks to our partnership with Qualcomm and the incredible Snapdragon X series processors, we are delivering on that promise today and preparing an exciting future for tomorrow. You can see our vision come to life across Lenovo's broad lineup of AI PCs. For business and professionals and IT leaders, ThinkPad T14S Gen 6, ThinkBook 16 Gen 7, powered by Snapdragon X Elite, are built for the native AI workplace and engineered for the next gen of business class performance. For creators and innovators, Yoga Slim 7X, powered again by Snapdragon X Elite, unlocks real-time creative potential that is enabled by its own device, NPU. And lastly, for students, family, and accessibility to everyone, we brought speed and personalization to our IdeaPad Slim 3X that is a stylish everyday PC powered by Snapdragon X Plus. Now, switching gears, Lenovo AI Now. Our on-device AI agent gives users fast, private, secure, and always-on support at their fingertips, complemented by Copilot Plus experiences and a wide range of AI-enabled applications. And look, it's not just AI laptops. We are extending AI-native performance to desktops too. So across form factors, user segments, and markets, Lenovo is uniquely positioned to deliver on the true promise of hybrid AI across what I think is the broadest range of AI PCs and devices in the market. And lastly, with our agentic AI ecosystem and NPU-powered intelligence at the edge, we are now connecting PCs, phone, tablets, accessories, wearables, powered by Snapdragon into a seamless, responsive network orchestrated by our software, Smart Connect. So we truly believe AI should work for people and not the other way around. And with the Lenovo global scale, local expertise, and incredible partnership with Qualcomm, we are making that vision real across industries, households, and every kind of user. So to conclude, the AI PC revolution is here, and Lenovo is proud to be leading it together with Qualcomm. And as Cristiano said, we are just at the beginning. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The Smart Connect is incredible.
Yes.
It's incredible.
We're working on it to make it even more incredible.
Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. This is how we're going to really reimagine the experience. And I could not think of a better example to give it to you of what we've been saying about mobile and PC conversions. And I think that's going to get accelerated with AI. And it's really about bringing some of those experiences to change the way we work. And as I talk to you today, this is some of the examples I want to bring. This future is not far off. Those use cases are started to be developed, and they're starting to expand. And it's going to be a significant increase in efficiency. You know, I want to, before I go to the next part of the presentation, I want to tell you a story. And I like to tell the story because I think we all lived through this. We at Qualcomm, we lived through this. I remember the early days of the smartphone, and we had the feature phone. Then all of a sudden, the smartphone arrived. And you look at the functionality, the capability, the smartphone was, this is the capability of the feature phone, this is the capability of the smartphone. It was a computer in the palm of your hand. But when it started, it had about 20 apps. And you saw some of the reaction of some of the incumbents, I won't say their names, but they started to try to develop those apps into their feature phone. But that wasn't the point. The point wasn't about the 20 apps that was originally provided with the smartphone by the smartphone OEM or the OS. The scale really happened when those third-party ecosystem or developers started to imagine what could you do with a computer in your hand, and those 20 apps became 100 apps, 1,000 apps, 100,000 of apps. So it's interesting when we think about AI PCs, and I get a lot of impatient sometimes investors, they'll say, when is the AI PC happening? It is happening right now. This is what we started to see, and you're going to go through exactly the same process. This is not about just the great Copilot Plus features for Microsoft and the incredible features that the OEMs are giving to you, but also it's going to be what the developer ecosystem can do now that they have access to this hardware with this great NPU performance. And that's what I want to show you to you. I wanted to use this opportunity to try to show the potential of those agentic AI experience and show how that is actually happening right now. It's about AI accelerated productivity. It's going to change the workflow of applications within the enterprise. And a great example of that is Writer. We actually deployed Writer at Qualcomm to our internal teams. It's been incredibly successful. And I want Kevin Chung, the Chief Strategy Officer from Writer, to come on stage to tell you about it. Kevin, welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. No, I've been telling people we actually are a user now within Qualcomm, but there's so many enterprises, and I'd love for you to tell people how this is going.
Absolutely, Cristiano. Well, first off, thank you for having me here to celebrate the achievements from Qualcomm over the last year, actually the last 40 years, which is amazing. And thanks for bringing me here to Taipei. It's really wonderful to be here. So, 大家好. So here's the deal. Businesses have poured millions of dollars into AI, hoping for big returns. And Writer, since day one, has been in the AI game for a long time. We've been tackling enterprise problems and helping companies realize that return on investment. Today, we're working with hundreds of the world's most iconic companies, many in the Fortune 500, including Qualcomm. So what that translates to is tens of thousands of workflows transformed with AI. So taking traditionally labor-intensive, complex workflows and making them AI-powered. So our work together and our teams, Cristiano, which is amazing, your team is incredible, we're seeing 9x ROI on our investment. The team is saving over 2,400 hours a month with Ryder, and we're just getting started.
Look, and it's true, I think the team showed it to me, 9x ROI, it's incredible. So what's your secret to make it all work within a large organization, especially established process, and we're gonna do something different with AI?
Cristiano, you're asking me for the secret sauce?
Yes.
All right. Well, Ryder is the first to bring a complete and scalable AI solution to the market for enterprise that's compatible across your entire organization, so front to back. So we're tackling all the hardest stuff so you don't have to. The second is we're the first to bring a production-grade agent to connect to every line of business with our AI HQ. So the big thing here is it's not just a great product, but we're not just selling software. We're actually partnering with our customers and bringing them on the journey with us. They're in the seat with us on the rocket ship, growing, learning together. And so there's no gimmicks, there's no hype, it just works. And our goal is that every organization using Ryder will work better, faster, and more inspired.
And Kevin, what are you seeing today when it comes to enterprises trying to incorporate and adopt AI into their organizations? How would that evolve?
So Cristiano, I have some good news and I've got some bad news, but let me start with the bad news. So many enterprises are facing challenges, right? Large-scale transformation is really hard. Adoption and employee buy-in is really hard. And we're hearing that up to 70% of enterprises are saying that their AI strategies are failing. And given how quickly the technology is shifting, it's no surprise that companies are having a hard time keeping up. But here's the good news. Employees are hungry. The technology is legit and it's evolving quickly, and the ecosystem is ready. So now, what we're seeing is this extremely strong demand for enabling this on the edge. Edge allows us to do things in real time on device, which drives more efficiency while running complex agentic workflows and beyond. So why I'm so excited to be here to partner with a visionary company like Qualcomm is now, together with Ryder, you've got two of the best in the field helping all enterprises move forward on this AI evolution and make their AI strategies thrive.
Thank you so much. You guys should all see right there running on device in our demo area. Thank you so much, Kevin.
Thanks,
really
Cristiano.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here with us. There are really countless opportunities for innovations with AI PC in the enterprise. Again, if you have any questions, follow the QR code for what we're going to do at the end. And when you think about the benefits of Edge AI, there are many as you think about the things that you can actually do on the device. Obviously, cost. I like to bring the cost conversation because as models become smaller, then you have a very attractive economics as you do inference a lot, and so those models taking advantage of the distributed computing. There's immediacy, latency is really important, performance and efficiency, privacy and security. There are use cases for everything, some for the cloud, some for the device. There's hybrid. The reliability of having in a hybrid environment to rely on the device regardless of if you have or not a stable or high bandwidth connectivity, the personalization, and of course a new UI. And that part's important. There are many different ways that many existing applications, as they started to transform into agents, and existing applications as is started to put an AI front end, and that's a very easy way to do it, by building in some of those models that can be installed on the device. And all device AI is really at the very beginning of its journey. And what I'd like you to understand now is I want you to see this video that is show this thing about the device in your context, pun intended, put it to work. I wanted to play the context video.
I'm Taylor. I'm a food scientist working with some of the biggest culinary brands in the world. There are parts of my job I'd love AI to help me with, but it doesn't have my experience, my perspective, or my style. If AI is going to help me, it needs to understand me. So what if it did? Let me introduce you to Context, the world's first agentic AI model that runs entirely on device using Snapdragon's NPU. Context uses files already on my laptop to understand me. the way I work, what I know, and how I communicate. Then it can use all that information to help me in ways I never thought possible. It can search through and organize my data, create presentations, draft communications, and so much more, all based on the wealth of data that's already on my computer. As an agentic AI model, it can take a task, complete it end to end, and then go a step further, offering suggestions for what it could do next. And here's the really important part. None of my data ever leaves my device, because context runs entirely on device with Snapdragon's NPU. Brands trust me with some of their most sensitive information. With context running on device, I can protect and safeguard that IP while bringing it to life. This allows me to spend more time on the work I love to do, more efficiently and securely than ever before. Context, the world's first agentic AI that runs privately and powerfully on device, all made possible by Snapdragon's NPU.
So this is a great example of an agentic experience. It's a breakthrough for productivity. It's really tailored to the organization knowledge base. And you have that running on the Snapdragon NPU. And you choose, again, what is the data that you actually want to keep on device, especially contacts or things that are private and want to be on the cloud. And at the end of the day, this is why we're investing so much on the NPU. As I said before, I'm going to repeat. It's great to have performance. It's great to have multi-day battery life. It's great to have a new form factor. But this is going to really shine when AI starts to get to a scale. And this NPU is going to be essential for the AI experiences. You can see the performance. This is compared to the Intel Core Ultra 7 GPU, 4x faster for DaVinci Resolve, 14x faster for Vegas Pro, 50% faster for Gigapixel. You see how it performs on Luminar. And this is about having the ability to run those things not only fast, but with very little power, without compromising the battery life, even for very complicated tasks. So now I want you to see another example, which I think is a great example of for the creative workflow. I want you to see what we're doing with Adobe for Adobe Premiere Pro.
Being a creator isn't about chasing the latest trends. It's about staying in tune to the landscapes that spark my passion from the beginning. And Snapdragon X Series helps me do that. I'm Connor, content creator and camera enthusiast. Whether it's the streets of Tokyo or the fjords of Norway, I'm always chasing the next great shot. Today's creators move fast. It's no longer just about shooting on location. We need to edit there too. Working on my X Series laptop, powered by Snapdragon's NPU, lets me run Adobe Premiere Pro anywhere, and on the go. Check this out. We're here in the desert, capturing video of bouldering and rock climbing for my latest project.
Alrighty guys, and here we go. Oh, this looks amazing. Great job, Daniel. Beautiful work, guys. That looks great.
Snapdragon's NPU can run AI models faster than a CPU or GPU, boosting performance. Adobe's Scene Edit Detection automatically analyzes the footage and adds a cut wherever it detects a scene change. Plus, with the faster performance of the NPU, audio category tagging instantly recognizes if your clips are dialogue, music, or ambience, and adds labels accordingly, saving me a ton of time. Making heavy processing faster, smoother, and right at your fingertips, freeing up the CPU and GPU for other tasks. And these are some of Premiere Pro's first features powered by Snapdragon's NPU, delivering its best Windows experience yet. And the exciting part, this is only the beginning. More and more on-device AI features are moving to Snapdragon's NPU. It's not just about making my workflow faster today, it's about future-proofing my laptop for everything that's coming next. Wherever the journey takes me, Snapdragon's redefining what's possible on the go.
So this is where we are. I think we are at the really beginning of the on-device AI models. And I think our technology is really a perfect match for this growing number of high-quality, smaller models. Remember, in February, DeepSeek was a model that was comparable in performance to GPT-4o from 9 months earlier, with 7 billion parameters, which you can perfectly run on a device. And now we're moving to this mix of experts. The models are trained for specific tasks, and you can see that how that matches this agent experience, this agentic AI experience, how the different models become front-end used by different apps. And we are going to see that happen at scale. Also, localized models, they're going to be able to run on device for different things. For example, here in Taiwan, TAID model, we were in the Middle East last week with the Alam model from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We actually have Alam PCs with the model installed and becomes the front end of many apps. And we're really partner with many ISVs to integrate those models, so it is going to be the front end of the app, is going to be part of the app processing, and how we can do this in a hybrid way across the device and the cloud. To do this, we had to change as a company and really build an entire solution with software and tools to enable this ecosystem. And our view is very simple. We want developers to accelerate their AI experiences on Snapdragon. So we start providing the ideal computing across CPU, GPU, and NPU, and give you the ability to utilize all of those computing resources. We provide a framework, including orchestration, for you to do with our software. We provide the AI hub that allow you to bring your own model, use a model that's already optimized, use the tools to change your model if you need to, and then have the ability to deploy this across multiple OS systems. And we spend a lot of time within this year, since the launch of our AI PC, to build this platform to really enable this future. And I want Mark Cavish has a video from Docker to really tell you what we're doing. Docker is a very important company in the developer ecosystem.
Thank you so much, Cristiano. It's great to be with Qualcomm at Computex 2025. Now, up until recently, AI development has depended primarily on cloud resources, but today, Qualcomm is bringing AI development to the edge, giving developers more flexibility, more cost efficiency, and privacy to build on their own terms. Now, at Docker, we see over 14 million container images and over 11 billion downloads per month on Docker Hub. And in the past year, we've seen an over 130% increase in those downloads and those images being AI-driven. In short, we are seeing firsthand the explosive growth of AI development. Now, our vision is to make building and deploying agentic apps easy and accessible to all developers. To support this, we've recently launched key innovations like Docker Model Runner and Docker MCP Catalog and Toolkit. Now, Docker Model Runner was launched earlier this year, and it brings local AI inference to Docker Desktop. And today, we're bringing that functionality to systems based on Snapdragon X processors. So in essence, Docker Model Runner will allow developers to run AI models locally without complicated tooling or setups that they might have needed before. And with the power of Docker MCP Catalog and Toolkit, we're making AI development simple, fast, and secure. With it, developers can easily discover and access verified MCP servers on Docker Hub and connect them to existing applications and tooling. Now, when developers combine local models with MCP servers, they can truly build AI applications on their own terms. This is why we're so excited to be bringing Docker Desktop to Snapdragon X processors and NPUs, which have amazing power and cost characteristics. Together, Docker and Qualcomm are taking AI models beyond the cloud and into the hands of developers on their laptops and desktops so they can build the next generation of AI applications with flexibility, privacy, and cost efficiency. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Mark. We're really grateful for the partnership. And at the end, developers is going to be at the center. As I said, you can't measure this by the number of AI experiences in the OS and the device alone. The developer ecosystem is going to make this shift to AI PCs. That's going to be true in phones. That's going to be true in PCs. And I'm going to leave you with I'm going to leave you with a thought, so something else I'm not talking today. But what's happening with smart glasses is also very unique. That has no legacy of OS and app, and the experiences are already pure AI. We're starting to see their smart glasses, and I think that's what developers are going to do and transform those devices. And this is what's really going to bring the scale to all of this. The PC has been reborn, it's impacting everywhere now when we engage in computing, and we're going to see those experiences changing. A completely new wave of productivity, and it's going to be the enterprise of tomorrow now happening today because of AI. And as I get to the end of the presentation and getting close to the nerve-wracking part of the presentation, which is the thing we're going to do with AI, I also want to talk about industrial. In about an hour or so, there's going to be some great announcement about what we're doing in industrial PCs. Snapdragon PCs is not only seeing a number of activity within consumers in commercial and enterprise, but also industrial. We see a lot of potential about taking some of those technologies to industrial settings. We've seen that in process control, asset monitor, computer vision, predictive maintenance, all running AI at the edge. And that is actually designed for AI. The entry point is the AI changing some of those processes within an industrial setting. Pay attention to those. That's going to be a significant announcement we're doing with our great partner, Advantech, in about an hour from now. So now, let's do something fun. As I mentioned, I don't always get to answer questions from the audience when we kind of do those keynotes. So over the past hour, I asked you to submit questions to the QR code. Here's what we did, and it's, like I said, it's a little bit nerve-wracking part of the keynote, but we loaded on this device a number of AI models. We actually have a model from OpenAI that is doing the voice to text, and then we have a model from Llama, which is really running, answering the questions, getting the questions, selecting the questions, and answering the questions, and it's running all on the NPU in real time. And it's going to give me some of the top questions for me to answer. So let's just see what everyone had to say.
Hey, Cristiano. We have a very switched-on audience for this talk today. We've received many questions from different time zones across the world today. Let's see what they have to say. How do you think AI could transform productivity in business and everyday consumer experiences?
I think AI will be a big change for productivity in business. We're going to see workflows being completely redesigned by those agentic AI experiences. You're going to have the real context of the employee. You're going to have your thoughts. They're going to be as you provide your intention to the AI with the things that you write, the things that you touch, plus the integration of those agents with the enterprise workflow. This is going to be a game-changing. It's going to be a completely new way of thinking about productivity, thinking about application, all happening within an AI SOS for productivity. And what's great about this is going to be combining the capability of the cloud, but also the capability of on-device with many of those models installed into the device.
Thanks, Cristiano. It sounds like AI will reshape the things we can do with our PCs. I think that's a great point. AI can already simplify many tasks by automating routine processes, freeing up professionals to focus on high-leverage work. As AI-powered tools become more prevalent, we'll see a shift towards more flexible, adaptable workflows that can respond to changing business needs.
Let's go to the next question.
How does Qualcomm see the convergence of mobile, PC, automotive, and IoT technologies shaping future computing?
I love this question. This is why it's so natural, I think, for Qualcomm to be in all those industries. We are going to see the convergence of all those devices. For example, AI will make productivity on a smartphone significantly more powerful. now that you have this AI agent, you're not bounded by the smaller screen of the phone, and you can do a lot more productivity than you do today. Also, the phone is always with you. It's going to have your context, and then you're going to carry that along as you go to other devices when you're going to do certain tasks on your PC. And then I am incredibly bullish about smart glasses, because the smart glasses is really becoming wearable AI. It's going to be the AI that see what you see, hear what you hear, and those are going to have no legacy, as I said, completely new use cases, integrating all of those devices together for you.
We're already seeing the convergence in action. For instance, 5G will enable the seamless communication between cars, PCs, and smartphones. This, in turn, will fuel the growth of AI, which will further blur the lines between devices.
Let's go to the question number 3.
What specific features of the Snapdragon X Elite platform appeal to enterprise customers and IT decision makers?
It starts with the fastest performance that we have on the device with a very high mobility form factor and multi-day battery life. Allow users to carry their laptop around a lot more efficient as they use the device in the enterprise. But what they really like is that we now can future-proof their investment. Because with AI, PCs will get better over time. You're going to see more and more use cases being deployed using the power of the NPU, and that's going to enrich your experience during the time of ownership of your device. And I think enterprises really like that.
With that focus on mobility and performance, I'd say that Snapdragon X Elite's appeal to enterprise customers lies in its ability to deliver a laptop-like experience in a compact and powerful form factor, making it easier for professionals to stay productive on the go. Thanks, Cristiano. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for your questions in the room and online. The future of the AI PC looks bright.
This is very good. So I want to tell, we had no idea what was going to be the question and what's going to be the comment. So we decided to do this in real time, and I think it turned out great. I'm actually very happy with it. And hopefully you'll be able to see the latency of what happens when you run things on device, and then the ability to have a well-trained model be able to react and it's just installed on the device. So this is great. I'm actually very relieved. This went better than I expected. So this is awesome. I think the AI revolution is really here right in front of us. And as I get to the end of this presentation, I wanted to leave you with 2 thoughts. One, please stay tuned to what we're going to do at Snapdragon Summit 2025. So we came here about a year ago, and we announced Snapdragon X Elite, and it revolutionized the expectation of performance. Nobody expected Qualcomm, the cellular company, now having the leading performance on an SoC for a laptop in the PC space. We're going to do that again, and it's going to be even bigger. So please stay tuned for what we're going to do in Snapdragon Summit. You're going to see the next thing that we've been working on, the next chip for PC, and we're going to provide another breakthrough in performance. I promise you, you will be impressed. So very happy about that. And really, Snapdragon it's designed to be not only at the heart of your PC, but really helping all of us enable this transition to AI PC in the way that we have imagined. In the story of Qualcomm, especially because since the very, very first day of the company, 40 years ago, has been a company focused on building a horizontal platform, we cannot do anything without our great partners. And we're very grateful for the partnerships we are building, we have built on this journey, and we'll continue to do that. Our job is to make sure our partners are successful, whether our hardware companies building incredible devices, software companies really trying to reimagine the future of experiences in the age of AI. Before I leave the stage, I have one more thing. You probably saw different pieces of information here and there. I think you saw a couple of interesting announcements last week. Probably saw some interesting announcement today, this morning, from another great company. I think you probably saw the NVIDIA keynote. And we have been busy. And I just want to tell you, we are expanding into the data center. I won't give you all the details right now. Soon, you'll hear from us about the products. But when I've been asked the question, I think, Qualcomm entering the data center, it's kind of the same answer of why we entered the PC. PC was already established market with established players. But if we had something unique and disruptive, there's room for Qualcomm. And I think that's exactly the approach we're taking for the data center. We have some very interesting IP on CPU, especially a CPU change for the age of AI, and it's really an AI-centric data center. You saw the great announcement from NVIDIA today. CPU becomes very important, but also how we think about clusters of inference that is about high performance and very low power. So stay tuned. We're busy. We're working on this, and hopefully we'll do something that will provide a great contribution for the industry. Thank you so much for listening to our presentation. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you. I hope to see you soon.